Okay, and we are live doing a live, excuse me, WWE Raw review from June the 9th, 2014. We got a three-man booth here today. We got uh, Josh, Mr. Gigantor 41,
Ooh.
the bizarre one, Dave, as always, and Tony here as well. And kind of, I guess you want to say, history-making Raw, not so much. We had a strip of a title, an announcement of a Money in the Bank match, and qualifying matches. So let's just. Oh, and Rollins broke his silence, which he already did on SmackDown, but I guess
Yeah, they have
nobody
Yeah.
knows that happened because nobody watches SmackDown. Yeah.
I watch
No.
SmackDown.
Well, I mean, you know what.
Like, I liked on the show that Stephanie said, we're going to have a qualifying match. The first one happened on SmackDown. Well, Del Rio defeated Dolph Ziggler to qualify. And I was like, didn't that happen on Raw last Monday?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Whoops.
She was
On live TV. But let's just hop right into it because we got the main news that we got breaking on I got it on a text message that they had a huge announcement or they're gonna open up Raw. But anyways, Stephanie considering with Triple H, and Triple H says that tonight is a good night to be right. Stephanie says that tonight we get to resolve the issue with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. They have Daniel Bryan's doctor come up on the screen and pretty much announce that Daniel Bryan will not be able to compete at Money in the Bank. I was not expecting that. I thought he would be able to perform, but I guess his injury is more serious than I guess everybody thought. Or they're just being precautious and they don't want to hurt him.
It's barely been a month, too. They said 2 months at least.
Yes.
Well, Money in the
there's
Bank will
been
make it
kind
2
of-
months.
there's
Money in the
been
Bank will
kind of,
make it 2 months.
back and forth stories about it. It wasn't that bad. It was bad. You can come back sooner. I think
Well, I heard they wouldn't know until they got in.
yeah, I think it's more of a let's be cautious and not just throw him out there in a match, in a gimmick match at that too, to where he can
Yeah.
possibly get hurt again. So, I mean, it makes sense. Stephanie, go ahead, Josh. I'm sorry.
I said I was agreeing.
Oh, okay.
I was agreeing with you.
Stephanie McMahon then announces that the Money in the Bank matches will not be for the briefcase, but it will be for the WWE Championship. She then announced that there's already been two, I guess, members or guys that are in the match, and that is Alberto Del Rio, who, like Josh said earlier, beat Dolph Ziggler on Raw, not SmackDown, to qualify for the Money in the Bank, and also Triple H threw in Randy Orton, which I wasn't expecting that. I thought we were going to see Reigns versus Orton at Money in the Bank, which we may still be able to see.
Can I make a quick suggestion on something?
Go ahead.
Like, when he said we're going to put Orton in the match as well because he's deserving of it, I think it would have been better, like, plot-wise, if they said, since he never got his rematch from WrestleMania 30, he will be able to contend for it at Money in the Bank. Yeah, instead of just saying deserving.
But, I mean, it throws more heat on to Randy Orton and Triple H.
Does.
He's kind of throwing his buddy in there. But any thoughts on the whole thing, Dave? Because you're the big Daniel Bryan fanatic. Him being stripped of the title after a couple of weeks of holding it, and not really having a true title run. Do you think he will be able to get another one?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say right now. But after WrestleMania 30, Daniel Bryan was a made superstar.
No, it was not WrestleMania 30 he was made. It was WrestleMania 28.
When he won the world title?
28?
Batista and Orton a triple threat match? How was he not made after that match?
You guys always told me that he was made right after he lost to Sheamus at WrestleMania 28.
He was a made star, but after WrestleMania 30, he was a made superstar after beating Triple H and winning the title in a triple threat match.
So basically what you're saying is that he was a B-plus player at 28, but after 30, he was an A-plus player.
But I'm just saying he became even bigger than he was after he lost to Sheamus in 10 seconds or whatever it was.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, but I mean, Daniel Bryan's popularity got more and more. I can't think of the word right now. I'm throwing a brain fart, but it got more popular when he came with the catchphrase. I mean, it's not. I'm not gonna say that the catchphrase made Daniel Bryan, but it helped. I'm not. It helped.
Catchphrase. I feel right now he's more than a catchphrase when he was. When he was.
I mean, some fans, that's what they think.
But
But
let's highlight everything that happened in Daniel Bryan's championship run he had. Undertaker lost his streak. That's gonna ruin the early on of your streak of your championship run. Then Ultimate Warrior died the day after he was on Raw after 15, 16 years of not being on the show? No, it was more like 20 something years. And then you storyline wise you are out for a while, right? And then you're being chased around by Kane and your wife is being threatened, yada 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 yada. Well, then when you finally beat him, your one championship.
Daniel Bryan just had a
Yeah. Your one championship defense is against Kane. That's not like a he's Kane is an icon, but not an icon in the sense of like a Shawn Michaels was years back and a Bret Hart was years back. Everyone can identify Kane, but he's not quite at that point yet. So it's not that much meaning to it. And that was his one defense. And then the rest he's injured. So it's really a bad
Bryan
run.
just had a bad luck. I mean, he lost his father, and then he gets hurt. He just had bad.
I didn't want to bring personal into it.
But yeah, I mean, but the personal issues,
Yeah, it does
is
contribute.
another reason why. I mean, he was off the show for a couple of weeks because of it. It just had it was just bad luck. And I hope when he comes back healthy, he'll get that deserving title run that he will. And I think he is, especially since Triple H is kind of continuing the storyline with the A and B plus player kind of bit.
You guys
don't know.
think
What's going on?
What?
so do you guys think he's going to turn into what happened to Ziggler?
No.
Not.
No,
He won't go down to Ziggler, but I'm concerned if he's going to be able to catch lightning twice.
I think he can. It just depends on how they book him. And I think with the A and B plus player that they're continuing the storyline, I think it's going to work out. Hopefully. Well, I mean, we can only hope and see. But let's continue on. Triple H then says that he was right all along that Daniel Bryan will never be World Championship material. He also then said he was right about ending the Shield. And then they showed the video package of Rollins turning on the Shield. Triple H then says that he believes in Seth Rollins, and then says tonight Reigns and Ambrose will be in a 6-man action tag match against the Wyatt family. And they had to find a mystery partner, which, I mean, we all knew was going to be John Cena. I mean, you would have to be a dumbass to not think it was going to be John Cena. I'm sorry. No offense to anybody, but seriously.
I honestly, I knew it was going to be Cena, but I just was hoping it would be someone else.
Everybody was hoping it was going to be someone else, but, I mean, back of your mind, you knew it was John Cena. But let's get on to the first match of the night, which is a Money in the Bank qualifying match, which we saw another fucking rematch between Wade Barrett and Sheamus. It's like WWE sees that they have good matches, and they just keep throwing it down our throats.
They had 3 hours to kill.
Yeah, but you could throw someone else against Sheamus instead of Wade Barrett, and then you get Cesaro versus RVD. I mean, seriously. Rematches what we've seen the last 3 out of 4 weeks. I mean, come on. But anyways, Wade Barrett versus Sheamus. I thought this was a pretty damn good match. Didn't really like the winner of the match, which was Sheamus. Wade Barrett gets the loss. What are you guys' thoughts about this?
Ooh. Dave, do you want to go first? No, Dave can go first.
Well, Dave.
Let's have him go first.
Do you guys feel that they should have both been automatically put in the Money in the Bank match?
I think Sheamus shouldn't be in the Money in the Bank, and Wade Barrett should be.
Both champions. Why not put them both in the Money in the Bank?
I mean, I see your. I mean, it's a good point. I mean, if you want to go with that route, both of them shouldn't be in it because they're both titles. They still have titles.
Yeah, I mean, it would make more sense.
I just want them to have 2 ladder matches. I think that would make the most sense. You have one for the title and one for the briefcase.
They're gonna build it up to a big match. There's gonna be something really big, though. The pay-per-views, you probably have the tag titles on the line, the Divas title, the Intercontinental title.
Okay. Josh,
I'm sorry. I'm distracted. Lana's on TV.
Oh yeah.
But
She does that to people.
US title.
But I didn't like the winner at all. I think it should have been Wade Barrett because wasn't it true that he was supposed to win the briefcase back in 2011 or something like that?
Yeah, like at WrestleMania or something.
No, it was at Money in the Bank itself. It was either 2011 or 2012. Either way, he was supposed to win, but he got taken out due to an injury. He was at that level before. I want him to get back at that level. I know he can do well at that level.
But it looks so bad with Wade Barrett losing to Sheamus again. It's like the second or third time he's lost to Sheamus.
Yeah, I just think it would have been better if neither of them faced each other or they had a double count out or something. I mean, Jesus. I'm tired of these damn rematches we see every freaking week, and then they give it to us.
SmackDown, it's Cesaro and
then they have a match on SmackDown, and then they'll have it the next night or the next Monday on Raw. Like we didn't see it on SmackDown. It's like, come on, man, seriously, stop being lazy.
Well, yeah, think about it. How many people do they have on their roster as a whole?
Well, I mean, we got Xavier Woods tonight. I mean, Jesus, we could see someone different at least one time a night. Huh?
Did you really just say they got Xavier Woods?
I'm saying they put Xavier Woods on the show. They could have put someone else different against Sheamus.
I swear, I remember Xavier Woods when he was Consequences Creeds in TNA. I liked that character. I just...
You know, why not have Sheamus go up against Cody Rhodes? Or Cody Rhodes go up against Wade Barrett?
No, it has to be Sheamus and Rhodes.
Partners.
You know, something like that.
It has to be Sheamus and Rhodes now because it can't be Wade and Rhodes because what's going to happen is it's going to damage one of them.
Well, yeah, so Sheamus gets the win, and he's in your Money in the Bank qualifying match, or Money in the Bank match for the title. The Wyatts cut in. We get a promo from Bray. Bray says everyone has urges, but it's admitting them to make you a man. Bray says that the Shield used to say that they were the most dominant group in the universe, but Bray says he doesn't remember it like that. Yeah, they beat the Wyatt family quite a few times, I believe. So, yeah. Anyways,
they did, but it wasn't in a 6-man tag.
Okay.
Like it was like little 1-on-1s. 2-on-2s, but it's never the full group versus full group. You know?
Bray says they crumbled like all men, and they all succumbed to greed and urges that they couldn't be held together. He says that tonight they will burn for that, as he is no man that his urges will never be satisfied.
Well,
yeah.
That's more talking about Rollins instead of Ambrose and Reigns in that sense.
Yeah. He's more talking shit about Rollins than he is about Reigns and Ambrose.
He said all men succumb to their greed. Who took
Rollins.
the money and run? Rollins did.
Yeah.
And Wade and...
So that makes
Wade.
sense.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah, I like that. But, yeah, this, basic promo again from Bray. Another nice one. Which then led to Lana and Rusev versus Zack Ryder.
Epic match.
Yeah, we all know how that ended. With the Rusev dressing Zack Ryder. and celebrating in the ring with the Russian flag. So
I
who's
was-
going to be the one to take on Rusev?
The Rock.
The Rock.
Mark Henry.
Yeah, I can
Well, I
see
can
that.
see Mark Henry facing him, but I don't think. I mean, I know there's rumors of him facing Mark Henry, but I mean, what the fuck is that going to be? That ain't gonna
I
be
didn't even know there was
absolute
rumors of that going on, but that was just like a
Absolute
prove how-
zero. I mean, it'd be probably a quality match between two big men. That'd be interesting.
But
They should
Rusev isn't like most. But
Jack.
Rusev isn't. But Rusev isn't like most big men. He's not gonna be stationary, wobble, hit, stutter. He's gonna be running all over the place.
Oh, that's for sure. He's gonna be definitely. He's definitely a Umaga, but I think he's better.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean,
I want to say
Good guy. He'd be perfect opponent.
he is the second most athletic big man I've seen. Like muscle mass wise, he's the second most athletic I've seen. Brock Lesnar's number one.
yeah, downright.
You know, if they turn Jack Swagger face, that would be a perfect opponent for Rusev.
Yeah, but
Ooh, that would be good. But we all know what would happen.
with Coulter too, that'd be great. But I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even mind if Coulter and Swagger went after them. They could still be heels, still talk shit about people if they went it the right route. But I don't see that happening.
Yeah, but they're getting those USA chants like crazy, so they would be faces immediately.
Oh, definitely. But good idea.
Yeah.
Then we
I
got
just want to
our
debate Coulter. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to see right there.
we get our weekly Goldust in a tag match, finding
different.
to see who he's gonna be and finally find a tag team partner. And this time, Cody Rhodes picks R-Truth to team up with Goldust against Ryback. And of course, Ryback picks up the win. Goldust gets the loss, and he continues losing without Cody Rhodes. Later on in the night, Rhodes comes to Goldust and says that I got a tag team partner for you. I forgot what the exact words he used,
Or something like that.
but
What was
I know he's like
Maybe-
glamorous or some shit like that. I don't know. He says something to that line.
Sandow or something.
And
He's glamorous.
next week will be Goldust and possibly Gilbert or someone like that.
He did?
No, he's alive. Gilbert's alive.
Who knows? I mean, sooner or later, Rhodes is gonna turn on Goldust. Sooner or later, just gotta be waiting for.
Oh, we know it's gonna happen.
But yeah, just another throwaway match just to further along a storyline that nobody really cares about right now until it gets a little bit hotter and heated. But anyways, let's go to the Shield promo with Ambrose and Reigns.
Let's.
Reigns and Ambrose end up attacking 3MB because they said that they're the more powerful faction now. Yada yada yada.
Wait, what?
Okay, I'll just say. Slater begins to talk. He comes out, says that the Shield were supposed to come out, and they decided to take over instead of the Shield.
Okay.
Something along that line. The Shield end up coming out, attacking 3MB, and they take him out. Ambrose gains his composure and then says that the Shield are untouchable. He says that they beat everyone. He says that what else did he say? He says that they were that they thought they were healthy, but there was a cancer in them and they didn't know it. He says it was Seth Rollins, and that everyone knows someone like him. He says he is going to rearrange his face. He also said he will make sure all of this happens and then drops the mic.
Pipe bomb.
This promo he said about Rollins, I didn't write everything down, but you need to go back. If these two guys
You
actually
need to listen to everything. Ooh.
It was on
if these guys,
next to his ear.
yeah, he was more detailed about rearranging his face. I
That
just
was
said
pretty-
rearrange. He was more detailed about it. If these two guys go at it in the ring, it's gonna be a damn car wreck. I cannot wait. If
Well,
these
it
two
should be
guys go at it.
correct.
I mean, it's looking like it's gonna happen because then Reigns gets on the mic and says Rollins committed the most unforgivable sin, but he's only part of the problem. He says he wants Randy Orton, pretty much. Is what he's calling out Orton, and Ambrose is calling out Rollins. So
Reigns wants Triple H, so
yeah, and then Reigns ends up and he wants at the end of it he wants Triple H. So to me, okay, before we start on this little debate, we were talking. Josh brought up about maybe them unifying the titles at SummerSlam. And you said that it would bring more to the table. But what if it's Cesaro, Lesnar, Reigns, Triple H? Those are your main event and co-main event. I think that's a pretty huge SummerSlam. With the undercard sprinkled in. Which we could see Rollins versus whoever, Ambrose versus whoever.
Well, it has a really good base, but I need to see what's around it as well.
I mean, what if
I would definitely buy it.
Yeah, I agree too.
Imagine Cesaro and Lesnar for the main event with Heyman in the middle, having to choose who he wants to be with.
Oh, have him be special guest referee. Have him be special guest referee.
You know, the promos they would have would be outstanding. I mean, not so much Lesnar, but so much Heyman. You know, it would just be crazy to see how Heyman would play that out. I'd be interested to see that. And then Reigns versus Triple H, that just spews money. I wish they would kind of continue this Rollins and Ambrose feud till SummerSlam. That they don't touch each other till SummerSlam.
Yeah, that'd be
That
awesome.
ain't gonna happen. I wouldn't mind that.
I like that idea, honestly.
If they played it out. I mean,
But I think they should wait longer.
longer to face each other?
Yes. Like have it be Reigns, Triple H, and then you got Rollins right in Triple H's corner, and you got Ambrose in Reigns' corner, and you got Ambrose chasing Rollins around like a madman, trying to get them. They just shenanigans on the side. Just tease it.
So you want them to face each other like at WrestleMania?
No, not that long. I want them to face each other at the pay-per-view afterwards.
Night of Champions?
Yeah.
I mean, it could work, but I don't know. WWE is really going to be shooting out some crazy ass stuff at the end of August because that's when all the WWE subscriptions are up, and they're going to want to make sure people re-up. So I expect Night of Champions to be a huge pay-per-view.
And what better way to do it than have Ambrose and Rollins face each other for the first time in WWE? With that animosity toward each other.
I mean, it could work. I mean, I don't know other matches that they will have. I mean, obviously the title will be online, but Night of Champions is going to market. Night of Champions is going to might be bigger than SummerSlam. Just because they want people to re-up and book.
Well, what can be a bigger main event than Cesaro versus Lesnar?
A rematch, maybe throw in a triple threat match, maybe you have someone. I don't know. It's got to be.
Because the way SummerSlam is looking right now, Cesaro versus Lesnar with Heyman in the middle, that should be WrestleMania on its own.
Yeah.
On its own, but then when you add in the world title, it's like, ooh, how can they top that?
But they have to because people are they're gonna start needing like I agree. These pay-per-views that they've had the last couple of months haven't been bad. But if I was buying them $60, I wouldn't be happy. But you know, they're halfly free, basically.
Yeah.
And they're gonna want people to re-up and not want, you know. I mean, I don't see why people wouldn't resubscribe to the network, honestly. But that's here and over there. Let's just continue on to Save Sandow. and Fandango versus the Usos. I don't even really want to talk about this match. It was
Do we have to? I really don't want to see any more pictures of Sandow and that. I don't even know what the hell it's called. It's a gigantic man thong
silhouette.
that covers your whole
Silhouette?
entire body.
I don't know.
It's a
It was
silhouette.
just bad. I don't know. It was horrible.
I just viewed it as a gigantic man thong that was all over him except for his face.
Yeah, it was awful. But anyways, yeah, the Usos get the win. It's more pretty much dogging Sandow. I don't know what cereal he pissed in the back, but he is in major.
I like. Well, what the hell are they doing? Like last year around this time, he was Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he almost won the title.
He was having a great feud with Rhodes, and then he ran into Super Cena.
Yeah, a great match with Cena too.
And
Yeah,
then ever since Cena, bam.
Yep.
Why?
I do not know, and it sucks. But we can only wish that it gets better from here. But next we get Xavier Woods versus Bo Dallas.
Believe.
It's the same usual match. He does the Bo Dog and gets the win over Xavier Woods. I don't know where they're going with Bo Dallas. I don't even know what kind of feud you could start this guy with. Like, who could he feud with? He's so positive. I mean,
Yeah, bring in someone negative.
what would he tell his opponent? I hope you beat me. You know, what the hell?
I think they're
So
trying to
positive.
get what they did in NXT, where they said no, and he's going to use that as an insane bow.
Okay.
They might try that.
Is he foreign?
I don't know who you could put up against Bo Dallas that he could have a quality feud with.
You can put with anybody. He can wrestle. I mean, he can go.
I mean, he can wrestle. I won't deny you that, but like, they're gonna have to have some mic time. So I mean, he's gotta have to be a guy that. I mean, Bo Dallas is a heel, correct? So it would have to be a face.
Is he heel?
I don't know. People and he's faced nothing but face people. He's faced Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston.
Uh-oh, people are going to start calling him racist now.
All guys that are faces. So.
Okay. I think he's in that twilight area, where it's like it's too early to tell with him. The gimmick can go both ways. He can shift it to where he can be face, where people are like, yes, I believe you can do this. To where he can easily switch to being a heel, where he's a jackass. See, I did it because I believed in myself.
That gimmick, I think he'll be perfect as a heel. Like I said, like that guy mentioned last week, he should have a submission hold to where he tells the guy he should not quit. I think that would be.
If he does that,
oh my God, that would be gold. WWE gold.
Believe
Oh my, he would be the most hated. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Someone reaching.
Gold WWE.
You know what's funny? At first, probably some of the wrestlers were confused. Don't tap out. Wait, does he want me to tap out now or later? Which one? I think
it would just be great. It'd be great TV to see him. I don't know what kind of submission hold it would be, but it had to be one where he's close to his face, or at least to where he's trying to motivate him to not give up. But,
he could do the face.
Yeah, some kind of cross-face armbar. I don't know. Anyways, but let's
get
to our next
finisher.
Chicken wing.
Yeah, qualifying match for the WWE Championship ladder match, Money in the Bank match, I should say. I'm sorry. Another damn rematch. Cesaro versus RVD. I really thought RVD was going to win for a minute, but Cesaro ends up picking up the win. It's pretty much the same match that we got in the last couple of weeks. Nothing really new to say, other than Paul Heyman trolling the crowd before the match started.
Like, who believed it was going to be Brock Lesnar? I mean, come on. Really?
Yeah, so far in the Money in the Bank Money in the Bank match for the title, We got Cesaro, Sheamus, Del Rio, and
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton. So we already got our three heels in the Money in the Bank.
Sheamus is a heel.
Cesaro, Randy
Cesaro,
Orton,
Randy Orton. Rio.
and Del Rio.
Okay.
So who are the two other faces? You're assumingly it's going to
Well,
be.
is it 8 or 6 people?
I thought they had 3 more empty spaces.
They had 3 more, so it's 6. So you gotta think it's John Cena. John Cena's one.
Wait. If it's 3 more from now, then it's 7.
Okay, there's 2 more faces. Is there 3 more left? Okay, there's 7. You're right. There is 7. There's 7.
I can count.
Yeah.
Cena's
Cena's automatically in, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Guarantee it.
No, he's not.
They want him for the high spots. You know they do.
If it was a qualifying match, I could see it, but
Yeah.
not for the title.
No, I mean, but they want him in for the high spot. And they're going to put a guy in who's never going to win, but just to give the crowd that Kofi could win.
But you gotta make it realistic. So you gotta have title contenders in a title contender match.
Rio is a good contender. Sheamus good contenders. Orton good contender. Cesaro perfect contender right now. So you gotta throw in a Cena because he fits. Maybe a surprise spot. You never know.
Rusev?
What?
Rusev?
No, not Rusev.
Because you can have Rusev in the match and not have him look like you can have him still look strong in the match, even though he loses.
I'm trying to think of someone else that could go in it.
Yeah.
Maybe somehow Wade Barrett gets in it.
There's not very many other people you could put in there.
I think he puts the title on the line of the pay-per-view. Wade Barrett.
Well, you never know. Wade Barrett can sneak in there. Him and Sheamus have their little screw each other over. Then you and I get what we want to see at SummerSlam. But
That
Don't see
scares me.
that
Right
happen.
now. You know Cena's going to be in it. We got Cena and Orton in the Money in the Bank. If we don't get no other big name in there, really, like superstar name, I'm worried it's going to come down to one of those two winning the title.
well,
Why not throw in Brock Lesnar?
Yeah, I
No.
was.
no. Yeah, he's
Dude
gonna
wants-
be safe. He's gonna be safe for SummerSlam.
Or what
Yeah.
if Triple H puts himself in it?
Triple H ain't going to be no Money in the Bank match. Come on. He's too old to be in that game.
Imagine the heat he'd get if he won the title. He'd be the most hated guy in WWE. I mean, Stephanie McMahon is already hated. Triple H would be.
I really want to say the name, but I know it's so ridiculous, and it'll never happen. But I would love it. Is it in Chicago? I gotta look this up. Is it in
it's
Chicago?
nowhere near. It's in Boston.
Perfect.
CM Punk isn't walking through those doors. All
I
right.
know.
Were you in the crowd chanting tonight, Josh?
I might have been.
CM
Well,
Punk isn't coming back, man. I mean, I wish as much as you do to get Punk back, just so I could see him wrestle again.
Well, they would promote the hell out of that first.
But he's not coming back. Too damn bad, though. But anyways,
I believe he will come back. I just don't know when. That's the thing.
next year, if anything.
Yeah. Do I want to be sooner? Hell yeah.
After that, we are told that Randy Orton is on vacation, and they showed a little picture of him on a vacation, I guess tanning at the pool or whatever. So yeah, and then we got Seth Rollins' explanation coming up next, which was pretty interesting.
It was more about shocked. Do you like the new look?
Yeah, he wasn't. I do like the new look because if he's still wearing a vest, that
know,
would
that
make
pissed
no.
SmackDown. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, it makes no absolute zero sense if he came down with a damn vest. But comes down in a suit, something different. Seth says that he doesn't get what the controversy is all about. He says last week wasn't a big deal because it was best for his business. He says he created the Shield and that he could destroy it if he wants. Seth says he was a leader and that Dean is a lunatic and Reigns can't be anything unless someone can control him. He says that the Shield will be nothing without him. Cole says, "What about Cole says it was about a team and not one man." Seth comes back with, "They will see about that later tonight." Seth said, "In this business, you have to adapt for you to evolve." The crowd chants he sold out. And see, all those people said that he was going to get cheers. He didn't get no cheers tonight. I actually like that. I actually like people that are actually disliking Rollins. He said that he bought into the evolution of Seth Rollins. He said last week Norman will admit that he did that it took guts for what he did. He says Reigns and Ambrose thought of him as brothers, but they were just business partners to him. He says everyone will now believe in Seth Rollins, and then calls out the rest of the Shield, which they did end up coming out. Ambrose and Reigns, come down.
Stop doing that.
And the Wyatts interfere. They don't get their hands on Rollins, which is great. And, hey, you don't want them to touch each other.
I want at least almost.
Well, they grabbed him. Is that good enough? They grabbed him to where they were teased to where they were going to hit him, and the Wyatts came in. So it was pretty good. You'll enjoy it.
I don't know. I would love it to be mid punch and.
Yes, it was like that.
It was. Oh.
Do you guys think they put Reigns and Ambrose in the Money in the Bank match?
No.
That would be.
Unless Orton is doing double duty, I can see Reigns being thrown in there.
Well, why not Triple H and Rollins versus Ambrose and Reigns?
I mean, that could work, but I really think it's going to be Rollins and Ambrose in the money in a singles match.
Make him wait.
But I don't know where the hell they're going to do with Reigns. That's the thing. They're not going to have him face Triple H at Money in the Bank. Hell no.
Or put Reigns in the Money in the Bank and Ambrose and Rollins have a match.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, it could work that way. If they could put
it can work that way, but
they could put it to where Reigns is in the qualifying match, but the odds are against him. He has to face the Wyatt family, 2 against 1.
Oh, you might as well call him Super Reigns then. Come on.
He's already Super Reigns, and then they took out the whole heel roster 3 weeks ago. Pretty much by himself. He speared 8 people, and I don't see why him beating 2 guys would be. I mean, he's big enough to make it look realistic. I could see what you mean if it was Rollins, but Reigns is a big dude. One of the Wyatt family's guys can barely.
But Cena's bigger than him, and yet every time Cena does something like that, we call him Super Cena.
Yeah, because he's done it so many times. You can count.
This is a super match. Come on. That's one of his signature moves.
Yeah.
You can't do it. It's too obvious. No, you can't do it.
You cannot make it easy for Reigns to get into the Money in the Bank match.
You can have a bunch of shenanigans. You can have it be one-on-one, and then have the other Wyatt member out on the sides harassing him. That one I can believe better than 2-on-1.
But you know they're going to stack the odds against him. There's no way they're just going to give him a singles match if he's going to be in a Money in the Bank match for a title where the Authority hates the Shield. They don't want the Shield touching that belt.
they don't want them anywhere close to it.
And help Cena win it.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a fuck. Anyways, the Shield come down to take out Rollins. They tease about hitting Rollins. That's when the Wyatt family intervene. They get involved, to which John motherfucking Cena comes down and saves the motherfucking day for everybody and clears out the ring, and then we get our six-man tag match announced for later on tonight. Yay. We then had our next match. Oh, they also announced on the main event tomorrow night we will have Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins, a rematch from SmackDown. Yes, it's a rematch from SmackDown, but at least it's against two quality-ass wrestlers, and you know you're going to get a good match out of these two.
Well, we know Rollins is going to win.
Yes, yeah, Rollins will win. Rollins, no doubt, will win.
Like, even if Rollins wasn't getting this push right now.
But you got to admit that this match will be given enough time, and that it should knock down the house.
It should. But then it's going to raise more questions.
As in,
why the hell is Ziggler jobbing everyone? Why the hell is he not out there on the top level? Yada, 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 yada.
Okay, on SmackDown, didn't Ziggler say something about Rollins, or did they just put him in a match with Rollins? I can't remember.
He called Rollins a sellout for turning on his friends. I mean, dude, shut up. Ziggler. I mean, shut up. That's like,
it seems like Ziggler's having a problem with the authority, though, because last week, or the week before, we had a problem with Batista.
He's having a problem getting on TV.
Yeah, true. He's having a problem winning matches. He's having a problem winning matches, period.
Oh.
But let's further on. Next, we got Paige versus Alicia Fox.
I like what they're doing with Alicia.
Paige wins. Alicia Fox goes crazy again. Alicia Fox is AKA Crazy Chick, so I don't know where they're going with this. Paige, they need to bring some more NXT girls up. I mean, seriously.
Well, right now we got Emma and Paige up from NXT. Summer Rae from NXT as well. I like the three of them. Emma needs to get away from the goofy side, because she's basically the female Santino right now.
And she can wrestle.
She's so much.
She can wrestle. She can wrestle big time. But she needs to like do the whole evolution thing more.
Don't care for that.
Yes, you gotta go hard on that.
But Paige wins. Fox goes crazy. And I guess we'll probably see them face each other again next week, most likely.
You know what I would love? I would love Lana versus Paige, eventually.
I just want to see Lana in a wrestling uniform. Period.
I just want to see Lana.
No, Jesus. But anyways, let's get back. Off subject. Sorry, we got.
I'm sorry. Lana was brought up.
Yeah, Santino Marella versus Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger gets the win. Surprisingly, I thought he was gonna lose.
It's surprising, Santino.
Because he loses to everybody, man. It's surprising when he wins. Seriously.
He's like, hey, tonight. That was shocking.
But,
Besides Santino, who was the last person Swagger beat by himself? Hey, he recently beat a drug test.
Probably the Los Matadores. I don't know. Drug test, that's a good one. Yeah, I like that one. Okay, here we go. We go backstage with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. She says she doesn't know what's up with John Cena. Helping the Shield out, yada, yada, yada. Triple H says not to worry, as tonight this will be the last night the Shield exists. Well, wasn't that a falsely teased, Triple H? Because nothing happened after the Shield and Wyatt's match. But anyways, let's get into the Shield and the Wyatt family match as a whole.
You know what they could be? They could end up separating them completely and just put them in singles matches.
It all depends on what route they go. I mean, you can have... I don't know.
Because like they did with Punk and Bryan at one point when they were teaming against the Wyatts, they threw the Shield at Punk and then they threw the Wyatts at Bryan. They split them
up. What are they going to do?
I honestly don't know, but
it's a really weird scenario right now because I feel like Harper still needs Wyatt. We're talking about the Wyatt family separating, right?
No.
Oh. Well, yeah. You can split them up easily.
You know, like make them one-on-one.
I just want to see Ambrose versus Rollins. I mean, jeez. Those two guys going at it in a serious feud right now.
It doesn't really seem like Reigns is that big, really worried about Rollins, though, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like it's more Ambrose who's pissed off about it than Reigns is.
I think Reigns just sees the cause of what happened, and then Ambrose is just looking at the effect.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to use their terminology on that. Ambrose and Reigns are doctors in this scenario, because Ambrose did say that Rollins was the cancer on the team that they did not know about. Well, Ambrose discovered when it was too late, so he's looking at the effect. Reigns is more concerned about what caused it, and so he's going to the source, Triple H. So I think that's nice. How they
they're both after different people for different reasons.
But it's around the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to just see Rollins and Ambrose in just a regular match. It has to be something special.
No. I think these two guys can have a great singles match, even with the bad blood between them. I mean, if you want to throw in a
gimmick, have submission only.
Or like an I Quit match would be awesome with those two.
No. Submission has to be the way on this one. Because I Quit is how you end rivalries.
I think if you want to have them have a bloody, it wouldn't be bloody, but if you want them to have a hardcore beat 'em up, smash 'em match, you have them in a last man standing.
No, it's done too much.
No, it makes sense between those two guys.
It's done way too many times, though. I mean,
it could be done so many times, but that's the only. These guys will keep beating each other up until nobody can wrestle anymore. That's the style of attitude. That's what I see between Rollins and Ambrose. That these guys never give up.
Ambrose.
See that from Ambrose. These guys will keep fighting and fighting and fighting. I mean, look at Ambrose on that press conference. After he got his ass kicked on that thing, he had his head down. That guy will never give up. That's why a last man standing, man. I quit. I don't see Ambrose ever saying I quit.
That's the point.
And I can't see Rollins doing it either. Seriously, you don't make Rollins look that weak already? Turn and...
They need to have some... Even this first match will probably be like something like it's just a regular match, which Triple H will get involved and they'll screw Ambrose over somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Or they do like Josh was saying, have Reigns and Ambrose's corner and Triple H and Rollins' corner.
Either way, there are multiple things you can do with this. It just depends on what route they're going to take and what path after that route, you know? Because they can take a left, but then they can just quickly go back and go the other way.
Yeah, and they can do exactly none of the shit we're saying.
They can go somewhere else completely different right now.
Yeah,
they can ignore everything.
But yeah, one thing from this match tonight was how they wouldn't tag in Cena.
But Ambrose did tag him in, though, once.
Yeah,
eventually.
Not till he had to.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense that they only have chemistry between the two, and they would only tag in each other.
Trust nobody else. They have trust issues now.
Yeah. So, all in all, the Shield end up picking up the win. What did you think of Raw tonight?
It was great. The match was good besides Cena being in it. Otherwise, that was a good match.
I like how you say besides Cena, as in like Cena either decreases it or like Cena can like only give it a little boost.
Cena can't give it a boost. He gives it a.
He can give it a boost.
He puts you to sleep.
Yeah.
Relax, 5-knuckle shuffle. AA, match over. That's all he does.
He can give you a ratings boost. That's why they have him there.
They put him on there because all the girls like to see him with his shirt off. That's about it.
That may be true, but hey, if it works, it works.
If the Shield would have been in the match, I probably would have turned the channel.
1-on-3, Cena versus Wyatt.
I was hoping the Shield and the Wyatts would have just turned on Cena. I was really hoping for that. That'd be something to watch.
But like, you can't do that right now with the Shield.
Probably.
I just think that, I mean, yeah, nobody wanted Cena involved. At least he's not like, I mean, in this case, it kind of makes sense. He's kind of feuding with the Wyatts.
I thought that was supposed to be done though.
Yeah, but he
I
has
thought it was
a
over.
past with them. You know, it kind of makes sense. But of course, nobody wanted him there. What was that?
So does Kane, but he didn't come out there.
So what? Do with the Shield?
No, go to the Wyatts. He has a past. You could. That's another interesting topic. Without Daniel Bryan, you could throw Rollins and Kane even in a match, a team, or whatever you wanted to, or Reigns versus Kane.
I mean, yeah, but Reigns and Kane I could see. Only because, you know, Orton's in the Money in the Bank.
And plus Bryan's out, so that'd put Kane in the slot.
Yeah. So, all in all, what did you think of Raw tonight, Dave? Because we have gone way too far on this video.
Oh, it was good. That match was really good, actually. You exited out that guy. That was good.
Okay. And overall, you thought Raw was good? You thought it was okay?
Because you got the decision of a new champion. We're going to have a new champion at Money in the Bank, and now it's for the title. And you said, I don't know if you really said it or not, Tony, but you said you're going to say why this is the best move to make.
What? To have two Money in the Bank matches?
Yeah.
2?
Yes.
They're having 2.
You're going to say why they should just have for the title.
One for the belt and one for the briefcase.
Wait, they're having 2? I thought it was only 1.
No, that's what I said they should do. They should have 2.
Oh, so they are only having 1.
They are currently only having 1, but they should have 2 in my eye. I think that would make Money in the Bank a must-buy.
I think it's a must-buy with having for the world title.
Yeah, but it's not Money in the Bank. It's not what it's called.
It's Money in the Bank, though.
Yeah, but Money in the Bank's always been you have the briefcase and you cash it in. You're not going to get that this year. You're not going to have a guy that you never know at the Raw or SmackDown or a pay-per-view that can cash in.
Well, I mean, they decided who do we really have that we can really build up and give them the title. They really don't have nobody they want to do that to right
Rhodes.
I mean, it depends on who you throw in.
Gosh, no.
You throw in your young superstars in that one. You throw in.
In that one, you can throw in a Rollins, Barrett, Reigns,
Ambrose, Bo Dallas.
No, I'm leaving Ambrose out on that one. Just for the reason so they can face each other at the next pay-per-view.
Okay.
Because in that one, like, have him cost Rollins that match if that is the situation.
Yeah, you gotta have a Money in the Bank for the briefcase. I mean, I know it probably won't happen. I've heard it's been talked about, but you gotta have it, man. And you could put in a guy where you feel like he'll be the next WWE champion later down the line. If you want to throw in a Wade Barrett in there, or throw in the guys that lose their qualifying matches in there, I don't see anything wrong with that.
I actually like the losers in the other one better.
Or do it on Raw. There you go. That'd be awesome to have a Money in the Bank qualifying match on Raw to get into Money in the Bank. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, why the hell not? But overall, Raw was out of 1 out of 5. What did you give Raw tonight?
3.
Dave?
1 out of 5.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it wasn't that great. Say 3.5 maybe.
I'd say 2.5.
Really, I thought that tag match is pretty good.
I would say out of Raw, the 3 hours of Raw tonight, there was probably a total of 1 hour of good action. Between the tag match at the end, the whole Rollins and Shield,
And Believe.
the Believe stuff. I mean, other than that, I think it was just a dragged on show. I cannot wait till we get into the August, September area time. That's when it's really going to start picking up, I think. But
Tony, what a 2 you said?
A 2.5.
Is that mostly for Lana?
Lana's probably gotten that 2. And then the rest, you had the half.
With Lana, it's a 10.
Yeah, with Lana, it'll make it a 5. But she can't hold, she can't carry the bags and do all that shit. She's going to knock down a little bit. But she does make Raw a lot better since AJ's not on there. So
she needs to start pulling a Deborah when Rusev loses.
She can pull whatever she like. I will not mind. So, anyways, off subject. We will go on to talking about next week. We'll be back for another WWE Raw review. We will not talk about TNA this Thursday night, and we will definitely not
try not to talk about Lana next Monday if we can help.
We are sorry. We kind of went off track there. Yeah, tune in next week for a WWE Lana review. It will not be a Raw review. But anyways, we're not, at least I'm not, wasting my money on Slammiversary. So there will not be a TNA review unless Dave decides to look up a stream and do one himself. Yes.
Breaking news out of TNA, though. They have just stripped Eric Young of the title.
Yeah. Geez, TNA is in a big nutshell. They're just nutheads. Period. I don't know what the fuck's going on over there.
If you want watered down WWE, TNA's perfect for you.
Look up TNA house shows and see the photos going around this past week, and it's pathetic. It's sad, actually.
Like 10 people.
Yeah, but anyways, before we leave, Texas Kid says Bryan should get a decent title reign when he returns. I predict it'll last 6 to 7 months. You're fucking crazy.
Let's not get into this.
It's not gonna last half a year, buddy.
We are closing the video right now. We are getting ready to leave, and
anyways, thanks for the question. I appreciate you watching. Anyways, back to we'll be back next week after another Raw review. Josh will be here as he is now back every Monday now. Sundays are kind of up in the air, but he will be back every Monday for a Raw review. And once his little fucking ass buys the WWE Network, he will be back here for WWE pay-per-views. So hopefully that'll be soon. Any last thoughts from you, Josh or Dave?
I just gotta say that I love Bo Dallas when he talks in the ring. Because I'm currently right now for me on my time it's Bo Dallas versus Woods, and he just screams to the crowd, he's doing the best he can. That seems like a heel thing to me. I don't know why.
That is a heel thing. That's why he needs to make a submission.
It's a heel thing, but it has a face reinforcement onto it.
I need to tweet Triple H that. Oh, God.
Yes, you do. Oh my goodness.
Good job. You'll do better next time.
Bo Dallas is perfect right now. Any last thoughts from you, Dave, before we end this video?
No.
SmackDown. Oh, SmackDown. Cesaro versus Sheamus. Another rematch, but it should be a good one. This one will actually be a pretty good match, I think. But anyways, we'll be back next week for a Monday Night Review. We thank everybody who stopped by and watched our video.
Stop.
I'm sorry, Texas Kid. I'm not even gonna answer that Q&A question. I'm not even gonna respond to that. Not even gonna respond to that. But anyways, thanks for everybody for watching. We had about 6 or 7 viewers tonight, so
Go Spurs.
after all in all, with all the other people videoing right now and all that, we appreciate everybody watching this late at night. Yes, go Spurs, go. Yeah, that's about it. We appreciate everybody watching. We'll be back next week. Please comment and subscribe. There's a lot of people who watch our videos but don't sub. So if you watch our videos, I would really appreciate you subbing so we can at least kind of see who are watching our videos. Because we get like 100 and something views, but we don't have very many subscribers. So I just want to see if you can. Really appreciate you guys subscribing. But
we're not YouTube affiliates or anything like that.
Yeah, we don't get paid.
Three guys that love wrestling.
We're not getting paid for this or anything. So we would just appreciate see how many people actually do watch our show, and they're not spam bots or something like that. We really do appreciate everybody who do watch and stay up with us, and put up with our bullshit and and our Lana talk. We might have a Lana talk every night, so just got to get used to it. But anyways, be back next week.
Hit us up on Twitter.
Hit us up on Twitter at HomieDaClown24, HOMIEDACLOWN 24.
If you know how to spell clown, you're a clown.
Yeah, Gigantor 41, GIGANTOR 41. That's Josh, the one in the middle. And we got Dave, the Bizarre One, the Bizarre One, the THEBIZZARR 1000.
Well, they're gonna misspell "duh" now.
Isn't it duh? Isn't it? Oh, it's just Bizarre One. I'm sorry. That's right. It is just Bizarre One. It's not THE. I apologize for that. I got so used to calling him the Bizarre One that I just added him the Bizarre One in his Twitter handle. I am sorry. It's just Bizarre 1000. BIZZARR 1000. So follow us up. This dude Bizarre 1000 tweets out NXT main event, Legends House, you name it, he tweets it out. So just follow him if you need anything.
RT Wrestling.
Yes, follow RT Wrestling for all our updates. That's our official Twitter. It's been dead at the moment, but we'll start picking it up a little bit more, especially now that Josh is back. Gets that three-man booth back into the business. So which was all about making that Twitter handle was for the three of us. And yeah, that pretty much ends it. We appreciate everybody watching, and we will be back next Monday night.
Peace. More Lana next week.
Yes, more Lana. Definitely.